075 or visit golfthebog.com.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on where you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. Right now, buy 4 windows, get 4 free in 48 months with 0% interest, same as cash. Restrictions apply. Call 414-410-2000. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
I love my windows. They've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yingling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com. That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime.
The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
Did not know who to root for last night, gang. As the Brewers were battling the Pirates last night.
You a Pirates fan now?
The Cubs and Dodgers were also playing.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Who would you root for in that? It was Skubal on the hill.
Brewers.
It was, right. In the other game. If you had to pick
I
a
would.
winner.
I would. The Dodgers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
because they really don't matter.
I'm never rooting for the Cubs.
Yeah.
Okay, fair. Skubal did not get the win. The Dodgers did not get the win. The Cubs did get the win in that one, and the Brewers got the win against the Pirates last night at AmFam Field. And earlier in the day, man, the conversation about Skubal and Milwaukee and Detroit just kept on churning. There were all kinds of hot takes. There were all kinds of opinions. I saw one guy who said the Brewers were cowards.
Ooh.
Hard to the whole. Cowards.
That's strong.
For not getting Skubal. We talked on our show, it was like 24 hours ago, about the Adam McCalvey information that was out there, which I saw people start sharing on social media as well as they received the Adam McCalvey newsletter, which basically was, here's what the Brewers offered. And I believe the sticking point, if you're to believe that this was a fair negotiation, this was negotiating in good faith, Gabe, it sounds like it was a pitcher.
Yeah.
Sounds like they wanted a starting pitcher, and maybe the Brewers put Logan Henderson on the table. Maybe they didn't, but it sounds like the package they put together included 3 hitters.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they put Logan Henderson on the table. It seems that's what prevented them from getting the deal done. That if you're putting all of the different reports together and kind of marrying everything, it's starting to become a little bit more clear. And we had said on Monday, hey, I hope somebody kind of does a behind-the-scenes thing, maybe pass and get something because something doesn't feel right. And as the days have gone by and more information has come out, it seems pretty clear that the Tigers wanted a pitcher. And the Brewers didn't want to offer a pitcher. So then there's not a match, right? There's just not a match there. And you can scream and till you're blue in the face that River Ryan's not a great prospect and Logan Henderson's a better prospect and all that. If the Tigers look at him as a better prospect than Logan Henderson, or they're similar prospects, then that's what the Tigers' prerogative is. I mean, everybody has different ways of looking at this, and it seems like the Brewers, again, their price was the three hitting prospects that they really liked, but they didn't want to budge on a pitcher. But if you're selling something and, no, this is my asking price, and someone's like, well, what if I give you $20 cheaper? Well, no, this is the asking price. This is what I want for it, and that's what the Tigers wanted. Their asking price included a pitcher. The Brewers did not want to.
So then, Chew, when you hear that this gentleman, I think it was a CBS sports writer, called the Brewers cowards for essentially not offering what it seems the Tigers wanted, do you agree with that sentiment?
No.
Do you think they should have put Logan Henderson or some other starting pitcher on the table in order to get Skubal?
Yes, not Henderson. I wouldn't have given him Henderson, not for a rental. He's young. They have control. Would you have?
He's good. He's very good.
He's really good. And it would have hurt. But, and yes, it would have hurt in 2027 and 2028. But I also kind of want to go for it right now. Like, at some point, you got to give up something to get something.
But you couldn't have given him someone else, Sproat or Gasser.
Not now, Sproat.
Well, they were talking last night how all these great pitchers for the Brewers went through their lumps in their rookie year.
A lot of them did, yes.
They were saying Corbin Burns had an 8-point-something ERA.
I believe that's the example that Murph gave to Sproat when he had the conversation with him about, hey, here's what we're going to do.
But I would have
Burns
given
struggled so much that after they sent him to AAA, he got sent to AA. And then bounced his way back up and eventually won a Cy Young and got his big contract. And
wouldn't have given. And
that was the Brewers' line. That was their line of demarcation. They didn't want to do that, and Henderson was very grateful for that. Mentioned that in his post-game little scrum last night.
I'm a Brewer,
and he's thankful that that Matt Arnold didn't trade him. But that was the asking price.
But you would have done it. Mm-hmm. Which would have hurt the future a little bit, I suppose, if Sproat doesn't develop
100%.
and
100%.
These other guys, because in order for them to compete, they could have 3 pitchers next year, which they could have. Henderson could turn into that third dominant pitcher.
If you're so high on Henderson, and I saw that Kurt, is it Hogue, the gentleman who writes for the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel, wrote that Logan Henderson has made 15 career starts. He hasn't allowed more than 3 runs in any of them. He hasn't allowed more than 2 in all but 1. What about that 3? What about Miz and Harrison and Henderson as your 1, 2, 3? Do you feel, if the Brewers are that high on Logan Henderson that they were not willing to put him in the middle of the table in order to get Skubal back, maybe they think he could be the number 3 guy. And again, we'll talk about May as the morning goes on because I believe they've announced when he's going to start. Maybe those 3 are strong enough to make a deep run in the postseason game.
Yeah. He's been really good, and the first 15 starts have been very, very good. I also don't believe he's pitched into the 7th inning. And he's had opportunities to, and they take him out. So that also tells you something.
But they also keep bolstering their bullpen. I feel better about some of the relievers.
Oh, yeah. Sensatella showed up like 20 minutes before
30 minutes before the game. That's what they said.
And he's still
I
the 7th inning last night. I love baseball. Can you imagine showing up? Imagine this. You show up to the football stadium a half hour before the game.
Yeah, I've done it.
And then
doesn't have to imagine, apparently.
And then you
recollect.
And then you get thrown into the game in like the third quarter.
I've done it, and it was really hot, and it wasn't fun, and I got yelled at.
That wasn't a real game.
I love Henderson. It's kind of stupid. Not a great body. It's like they were cutting up teams, and they went over to Miller Brewing and said, "Yeah, well, I'll take you." That's why I like the guy. He doesn't really look like a picture. He's got big legs.
Yeah.
Which doesn't match his upper body.
Yeah, but I mean, and that's the one thing, that's the misconception about pitching. And they've talked about it with Miz about having that stable lower half.
The thing that bothers me is they let it go on Saturday. That's what bothers me.
The Tigers? Yeah, but if the
Brewers let it go. Then they should have said, well, what about 2? What about a reliever and a pitcher, someone else, or something? Still think they could have fought a little harder, which led me to believe last night, and I know Joshy's kind of in this camp.
What's up?
Did they really want to do it?
I don't know if they really wanted to or not. I do think there's a lot to be said about, hey, we have specific demands. We want a pitcher, and then you offer them 3 prospects and go, well, it's better than the 3 that you offer. That's not how deals work. The reason the Packers have Micah Parsons is that very same thing. Jerry Jones demanded a defensive tackle. The other teams weren't giving him one.
All right, I guess we'll give up Kenny Clark. It hurts us to do it, Jerry, but I guess we'll do it at the end.
And
of the day.
I understand being high on Henderson. That's totally fine. But how real is your offer if you're not meeting the demands they're making?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great.
I want $50. Well, here's 20 shekels. Well, no.
I don't even know the conversion rate on
I
shekels.
still think you're insulting Henderson by calling him shekels or however that shook out there.
And if you like Henderson, I totally understand it. And a trade is going to hurt for Skubal. That's part of the deal here.
Mm-hmm.
Do we not think the Brewers have guys on the roster that they're probably going to end up trading and getting young prospects back for the next 2 to 3 seasons? Because I start looking at some of those names out there and go, well, that guy's not signing here. So you're going to reload the system.
Yeah.
You can make the similar demands.
I think it's also possible that it's not as simple as just that. I think you're right about if these are the demands and you don't answer the demands, what do you expect? They're not going to acquiesce to your demands or to what you prefer.
They're the ones with the guy you want.
That some of the information that is rolled out makes it seem as though maybe the workload that the Brewers might have put Skubal under was not pleasing to Scott Boras and to Tarik Skubal. Tarik Skubal might have wanted that extension to be able to say, here's where I'm going to be for the next 3 years. He has that opportunity with the Dodgers. I know the work stoppage thing obviously plays a huge role in the future of baseball, but some of these guys are still looking ahead. Some of these guys are still trying to figure out what their future entails. I think that 2 things can be true. I think the Brewers might not have offered what the Tigers wanted, and that's what the reports are, that they wanted a starting pitcher, and they were not willing to part with Logan Henderson. That's the name that's been mentioned. And also Skubal and his camp and the Tigers wanted to do right by him, and all those other things that we have sort of banding about for the last 48 hours could also have played a role. Before we get to Gabe, you go ahead. I wanted to get to Pat Murphy, but you go ahead.
This goes for any one of the teams I root for, because we went through this for a while with the Packers. Whether it's the Packers, whether it's the Bucks, the Brewers, I don't care how hard you try to acquire someone. It's a 1 or 0. Either you acquired them or didn't.
Mm-hmm.
How many times was Goody? Oh, we were in the talks.
Yeah, he always.
We were in the talks. We were in discussions. We were so close. I don't care how close you were. If the Packers didn't land Micah Parsons, I don't care how close you were. I cared that you got him. Great, you got him. I don't care how hard you try if the ultimate result is the same thing.
Look, I think that's a nice thing to say, but I also think that Packers fans and Brewers fans and fans of any franchise want to know that their team is also in the mix.
But
they want to know that they're not sitting there passively allowing the rest of the league to do deals and just going, no, we're confident in what we have. If an opportunity presents itself, I want to know that my team was in the mix, even if they didn't land the big fish.
But we didn't need how many different people were like, oh man, yeah, the Brewers tried really hard. That was the theme. I already knew they were in the mix. I don't need the over the top. Oh, we tried really hard. We tried really hard. You know who's trying really hard right now? Christian Yelich. He's trying really hard.
Hey, you hold that for later in the
Doesn't matter.
Let's not discount
results. This is professional sports.
Let's not discount.
It's a 1 or 0.
Job security too, because these guys make a lot of money, and if you put yourself out there and it doesn't work, you got a chance of getting fired. Where if status quo, we're going to win a lot of games every year. I'm going to get my $6 million and this and that. Ron Wolf had the biggest balls of anyone because the first thing he did is I'm going after fire. If that doesn't work out, he's gone. He's gone.
But if this deal wouldn't have worked, let's say they trade for Skubal and they gave up Logan Henderson, nobody's getting fired.
No one's getting fired, but if they lose in the first round with Skubal, everyone's going to say, what were you doing? What were you thinking?
Yeah, but you've built up enough equity at this point if you're Matt Arnold.
But I'm just saying.
You don't get the first time that something goes awry on one trade.
Some people like to play the $5 blackjack table, and other people like to play the $100 blackjack table, Don't be pissed at the person for playing the $100 blackjack table and winning because your stack is little. Which people do, right?
Yeah, I'm a penny slots gal, so this is way over my denomination.
This is starting to feel oddly specific.
I don't play blackjack.
Yeah, he doesn't gamble
anymore.
Right. It was hard. You know how hard it was for us to pry $10 out of him?
Yeah.
I think you had to put it up when we threw our parlay together.
I did.
R.I.P. I want to hear from Pat Murphy because he was on WTMJ, the guys yesterday, 620. And he had sort of referenced after Monday night's game, the dynamics and how it was complicated and like all of these things. And he sort of talked a little bit about that yesterday morning. Whenever I hear someone talk about layers, I immediately think of Shrek. He's going to talk about layers. Imagine it in Shrek's voice. It makes it better.
What do you mean when you say there are layers to a trade?
Well, any trade first has to be approved by the owner. That's the first thing. So that usually has to do with financial implications and other implications. I'm not sure. I mean, every trade is different, and I was not privy to what was going on in the Skubal, and I certainly don't know what happened between Detroit and LA. But there's just more to it. We offer a package, and it looks on paper better than their package, but maybe it doesn't look that way to the Dodgers or to the Tigers. So everybody has a different way of viewing things, of rating things, and there's layers to it. Ownership's involved. Other players on your team are involved. What does that mean? Who are you getting back? There's just so much to it.
I thought it was interesting that he included the owners are involved because Mark Atanasio did show up on the broadcast yesterday. He was in the booth with the guys, and it made it seem like he was on board with it too.
Well, that came out probably this time last week, or maybe it was Friday. It was after Skubal made that last start for the Tigers that the Brewers were willing to take on the remaining salary, which is like $10 million and change. That they would have been willing to take on the rest of the salary, which for the Dodgers, they don't care. But the Brewers have to get that approval of anybody they're adding. And $10 million for the remainder of the season is a significant amount of money to Atanasio and the Brewers. So that would have had to get the approval, which this time around it did. And to Mark's credit, he has seemingly been willing to add when it makes sense and it's the right piece in the short term.
Which is important to say because I think the narrative is the opposite. I think there's a lot of people out there who just like to go to the well of Mark Atanasio is cheap. They don't like to spend money. But this is an example to your point of where he said, hey, if we need this to get this guy, I'm going to give my stamp of approval on it. Just one more note from the broadcast last night, Chewy. Did you see the part where our guy Jeff Levering was talking about they were cones?
I did.
I'm sitting on my couch
what was he
laughing.
talking about?
Well, because the Pirates have the cone in the bullpen.
Oh.
And then he was talking about the wedding singer.
Oh, they were cold.
Those could have been people.
And I was like, and that is exactly why we have Jeff Levering on our show each and every Tuesday. Because he and Chewy make the same movie references. 800-990-3776. Just trying to put a bow on this whole Skubal thing. Again, Skubal went out there last night for the Dodgers, was not able to get the win for LA. Cubs get that win. And again, I was saying, who am I rooting for here? Oh, yeah, the Meteor. We'll take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. It's a Wendorf Wednesday here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. At Tony Wendorf and Associates, Keller Williams, they believe in the human side of real estate, faith, family, and friends. They move fast, negotiate with confidence, and communicate clearly so their clients win no matter if it's buying or selling. Get started today at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Things slowing down a bit on 41 southbound from Appleton Avenue down past Capitol Drive. The northbound side getting heavier right past Hampton. Westbound 94 slowing from 35th to Hawley Road. Eastbound from the Stadium interchange to 35th. And then on 41 heading northbound right about at Watertown Plank Road. We may have to close off some lanes. There's some debris in the roadway that they're going to want to clean that up. Traffic is brought to you by MoMA. MoMA is the new name connecting trusted local providers like OIW, SMOC, and Innovative Pain, getting you back in action with expert evaluation and innovative treatments provided in their offices, the Surgery Center, Ortho Laser, or MOSH. Call or walk in today. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, we'll see some rounds of rain, otherwise mostly cloudy. Up to 2 inches of accumulation are possible, though, with a high of 74. Tonight, rain tapers off, mostly cloudy skies with a low of 68. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Yeah, coaching matters a lot, and we've fallen short. Those are the facts. Matt LaFleur's on the clock, man. And I know he got an extension, but I'll say this. If they revert and don't get better, you're evaluated on your results.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody knows, it's championship or bust. That is what Green Bay is. And unfortunately, we've had 15 years of bust.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
I'm with Eric, Director of Research for Good Karma Brands. They have business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Eric, what does partner mean to you?
Partner isn't just out for them. The partner cares about how we solve our problems, and it can be a mutually beneficial relationship from there on.
And I understand throughout the more than 15-year partnership between Good Karma Brands and James Imaging Systems, you have shared many core values.
Absolutely. Work hard, be honest, over-deliver, follow through, listen, teamwork.
Eric, summarize your overall business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems for me.
Outstanding. As we've grown tremendously and you guys have still been able to meet our needs each step of our growth, that's huge.
AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
If you're a golfer, a hunter, or someone who has a lot of gear, you know how quickly a garage can run out of space. Hey, it's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and I'm here to tell you that Closets by Design creates custom garage solutions designed around your lifestyle. From cabinets and storage systems to garage flooring, they create a place for everything. I love what they did with my closet. Now I understand why so many homeowners trust them with their garages too. Right now, you can get 40% off and ask about their special financing options. Schedule your free in-home design consultation today at closetsbydesign.com and tell them Jen sent you.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming. I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
You can answer the question.
What's the question?
Can the Packers win without Aaron Jones on Sunday?
Yes. Will you stop? You know what he is? He's like the little devil on the shoulder.
On 94.5 ESPN.
LowTUSA.com. LowTUSA.com. That's what you need to do. The website you need to go to reach out to my friends at Mentality Health. They have been helping me for years. You're tired, groggy, just don't feel like yourself. Those are all signs of low testosterone. And if you're like me, I think a lot of guys are, kind of ignore those symptoms. I'm getting older. It's just the way it is. But it doesn't have to be that way. Mentality focuses and checks total and free testosterone. It's a free number, is a number that a lot of doctors overlook. So now I have my testosterone replacement therapy plan. And I feel great. I feel like the guy that I used to be, attacking the day instead of just, all right, I'll get through this day. And they can help you too. And what they've also learned after treating 25,000 men, you can't rely on testosterone alone anymore. To run at full capacity, your body needs peptide therapy on top of your testosterone replacement therapy. See if they can help you at LowTUSA.com. Mentality, LowTUSA.com.
Brewers announcing yesterday that Dustin May will get the start on Thursday, but boy, do we have a matchup today. Did I read correctly that it's Skeens v. Harrison?
Yeah, Harrison making his grand return.
Awesome. Going to be a good one. That's at AmFam Field tonight, 6:40.
Well, he's not going to go long.
Well, I said hopefully it's not a good one. Hopefully they just light up Skeens the way everybody else has been lighting up Skeens.
Sure.
How many innings will Harrison go? 4?
No, I think he'll probably go 5 or 6, depending upon the pitch count. Probably 85 pitches.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
He went 5 in single A.
Yeah.
Last week.
Okay.
Last weekend.
That's single A, though. It's like playing wiffle ball.
It's about pitch count, not about who you're facing.
Okay.
And he was featuring his changeup.
Where is
in
single A? Appleton?
Yep.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's a Brewers single A affiliate.
Why'd you just guess?
No.
Appleton? Yes, really?
Wait, I got that right?
Holy moly.
I was sitting there going, if I told these guys I was thinking of making the drive up, would they believe me? And then I'm like, why bother?
Yeah, exactly. Why bother? Yeah. The
Harrison,
boy who cried, I'm coming.
Harrison could have been playing for the Dock Hounds in a Conomowoc, and you wouldn't have gone.
No, but
By
I
the way,
do
like 6
remember.
minutes.
I remember, like my second year in Green Bay, A-Fraud was playing for Appleton.
Because at that point, they were
Yes.
Mariners. A-Fraud being A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez,
Yeah.
for those of you playing the home game.
Yeah.
Although I think if they're playing the home game, they know that, right? Is that like if you're playing the home game, do
Yeah,
you know
then you-
the Chewy vernacular?
I mean, some people are new, they want to play too.
Brewers got the win last night over the Pirates, and yet there was a little bit of a dark cloud over it. Christian Yelich, again, who has been struggling, continues to struggle. At one point, they announced that he was in the 7-hole, and then the Jake Bauers injury occurred, or I guess the injury occurred in the game before, but he's got that abdominal thing that he's dealing with. I think they said from sliding into home on that play the night before. Follow me, please. Christian Yelich just moved up into the 5-hole. It doesn't matter. He goes 0 for 4, and there was a smattering of boos at AmFam Field for the struggles that Christian Yelich has had recently. Look, we've talked about Christian Yelich. We have talked about how I've said we believe in the franchise. We believe in whatever their plan for him is. But Murph had this to say last night regarding the fans' continued support of Christian Yelich. Take a listen.
I heard a couple fans today, the kind of start getting down on Yelly, and I know some of you guys are talking about the last this many games or that many. Like, look, guys, this guy's meant unbelievable amount to our organization, and the way he leads in there, you guys don't get to see. He doesn't need my protection. He doesn't need me to speak up for him, but he needs encouragement. So I'm asking the fans to understand this guy. Remember who this guy was. You know what I mean? I don't know how many MVPs the Brewers have had in their past history. I'm sure they've had some. Maybe did Prince win it? Did Robin Yount had to win it, right? Thank God. But they've had 2 in history.
No, Yount won twice.
Yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah,
Raleigh Fingers, yeah. I mean, think of that. And then number 34, he basically won 2 too. If at 19 he doesn't go down at the end, he wins that. So let's not forget what he's done. And that doesn't give him the grace to not, if he's in the lineup, he's got to perform, and he will. We just can't start piling on when this guy's done a lot. He deserves the respect, and hopefully our fans understand that.
I don't know about baseball. It doesn't work that way in football. You don't get your job done, get your ass out of there. You're paid to perform, okay? I don't care what you did in the past, okay? If you're a right guard, if you're Jerry Kramer playing today, and you got all those Pro Bowls and stuff, but the quarterback is getting knocked down because of you, you're going to the bench. Okay? You're going to the bench until you're called up again, and hopefully you perform better. But I'm not a guy that says, hey, let's bring Favre back one more time, 3 MVPs, and throws 4 picks in the game. I'm not sitting there going, hey, we got to ride this out with him. No, not how it works in sports. Paid a lot of money. A lot of money. Okay? You don't perform? I'm sorry. Okay? Sit them down. See if that works, because whatever's happening right now is not working. It's not working, and the DH position in baseball is very important. That's just how I feel.
Well,
I don't care what you did in the past. I don't.
What you did in the past is going to give you some grace. It gives you a little bit of grace when you do underperform that, okay, this guy's going to turn it around. But as he said, if you're in there, you got to perform. So what does Christian Yelich's past, how much grace does that give him? How much leeway, how much leash does that give him? Because people have mentioned, I know Jeff had mentioned it yesterday, but I've got the raw numbers right here. The last 28 days, he's hitting 197 with 18 strikeouts. Like, the numbers aren't good enough.
It would appear as though the expiration date was yesterday, right?
For some fans.
Correct, yeah. I mean, again, I'm not saying all fans, but for some people, and maybe it was before that, and they just felt emboldened yesterday because they're at home and he has a really bad day to express that. I don't ever this is kind of like when we talk about Matt LaFleur telling people to cheer in the games. I don't ever like it when managers find themselves needing to police fans. Managers, coaches, whoever's in charge. I just, as a general rule of thumb, I don't want the managers and the coaches telling fans how to fan. I trust our fan base. Look, are there some knuckleheads out there? Yes. But for the most part, Brewers fans are really intelligent. They follow the game very closely. And if they have got to a breaking point with Christian Yelich, I'm not going to tell them not to boo. I'm not going to boo. That's not me. I'm not going to do it. But I'm not going to tell fans also not to boo either. I really struggle with that. Fan how you want to fan. You know, as long as you're not being egregiously disrespectful, as long as you're not assaulting anyone in the stands, all of those type of things that go without saying. Sometimes I'm like, okay, well, now you're parenting the fans.
Yeah. Let me ask you, how long do you give a guy to hit his way out of it? We're going on 2 months here.
I think they're starting to get to the end of that because when you are the Brewers and you have these opportunities, you got to win a lot in the margins. And that's kind of been the franchise philosophy, winning in these margins. And if you want to take down the Dodgers, who got more powerful at the trade deadline, you need everybody to be contributing 1 through 9 in that lineup.
Fans booing Yelich at the game yesterday. We're going to put it on the Infinity Exteriors Twitter poll. Refresh your home with roofing, siding, or windows, all backed by a lifetime workmanship warranty. Is it time to bench Christian Yelich? InfinityExteriors.com. Adam Schefter coming up next on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
Seeing backups westbound 94 from about 35th Street to Hawley Road, eastbound from Mitchell Boulevard to 35th, southbound 41, heavy from Silver Spring down past Capitol Drive, northbound slowing down right past Hampton. Overall, the rest of the system still looking pretty good. Starting to bunch up just a little bit on 4394 northbound between Holt and the KK River Crossing. Painting doesn't have to be overwhelming. Let 2-Day Painting do the work. Ask about 15% off and free touch-ups for life. Schedule your free estimate at 2daypainting.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, we'll see some rounds of rain, otherwise mostly cloudy. Up to 2 inches of accumulation are possible, though, with a high of 74. Tonight, rain tapers off, mostly cloudy skies with a low of 68. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems. Installation of new or old hoops and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
From large manufacturer to local pizza shop and every business in between, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions. Whatever you're building, you've got this. And Summit Credit Union's got you.
Smart 18 knows that success takes teamwork. With top-level training, healthcare, and retirement plans, Smart Local 18 gives you the tools to win on and off the job site. Visit smart18.org and join the team that builds America.
Your premier Michigan golf getaway includes rounds at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Book Monday through Wednesday for best availability. Savor elevated dining and unwind at the full-service Drift Spa between rounds. Grab quick bites in the expanded Sage Run Clubhouse or refresh overlooking the 9th and 18th at Sweetgrass. It's all part of an unforgettable golf experience at Island Resort and Casino. Plan your getaway at islandresortgolf.com.
Hello. For all skilled sheet metal workers in Racine and Kenosha, your future is calling. If you're looking for incredible pay, added job security, and unbeatable benefits, take a look at Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers. In this area, the total wage package for experienced journeymen is starting at $87 an hour. So make a smart move and transform your future today. Go to smart18.work to find out more.
Outside of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, I'm just like a lot of you. Estate planning was one of those things I kept saying that I would get to someday. I'm so glad I finally worked with Kirsten Hildebrand and her team at Hildebrand Law Firm. They made the estate planning process simple, answered every question I had, and never made it feel overwhelming. I walked away with a real peace of mind, knowing that my family is protected, and honestly, I wish I'd done it sooner. Don't put it off like I did. Visit hildebrandlawfirm.net to request your consultation today, or call and tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you.
everyone's go-to source for all NFL news.
And we're going to get right to some breaking news here that just came down. This tweet from Adam Schefter.
Adam's on the phone. Adam, you got more news? What do you got?
They're going with another move, and here is the man who knows all, Adam Schefter.
And Joshy's biggest fan.
It's nice to see Josh at the big boy table. Thank you, everybody. Keep up the good work, Josh.
It's ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter. Adam Schefter on JGC is sponsored by Island Resort and Casino, Tony Wendorf and Associates, and Smart 18 Union.
Adam Schefter on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Tony Wendorf and Associates. Just like the moves made in the pros, Tony Wendorf and Associates Keller Williams helps people make their own big moves every single day. Trusted knowledge, superior service, the real estate MVPs of Wisconsin. If you're looking to buy or sell a house, make the move and get in touch with Tony Wendorf and Associates.
I don't hear anybody.
Oh, well, we hear you, Adam. We hear Adam Schefter working on his camera. Josh is going to troubleshoot his way through that. Let's see. As we wait for Adam Schefter, our guys, the Green Bay Packers, making the rounds yesterday with Kay Adams. You guys saw that?
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Love, Tucker Kraft, Matt LaFleur. On a scale of 1 to 10, how often does Matt LaFleur say anything of substance when he talks to these folks?
A lot of fluff.
A 3?
No.
A 2?
Yeah. Might be a 1. He never, ever. Never says,
do you believe him?
He's got his go-tos. He's getting his,
about
taking things one day at a time.
I assume you're talking about we may add a player.
But he didn't really say that.
What did he say?
Well, he was kind of joking around with Kay Adams because...
Oh, I didn't know if he knew Skubal went to the Dodgers already.
Because Kay usually shows up in practice or at training camp and has suggestions, and then last year the Micah Parsons thing happened. He was just joking around with Kay.
I thought he
just
was
asking
serious.
her, "Hey, who are we going to add? Who do you have us adding this year?" Was the conversation he had. Just kind of joking around.
In reference to Micah Parsons, perhaps. I did like Micah Parsons' comments yesterday, and we'll get to that as the show rolls on, but we are troubleshooting Adam Schefter here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, where he was saying, don't worry about when I'm back. Worry about when I'm back. And if that sounds weird, here's what I mean. Don't worry about when Micah Parsons is returning. Worry about how he's going to play with, his tail on fire when he's back, which got me a little fired up, got me a little excited for when Micah Parsons is back.
Well, you want to talk about people who, and a lot of times Micah doesn't really say anything, but it's just the enthusiasm in which he says it that makes you feel better.
Well, and there's going to be a pretty sizable ramp up period because you cannot, especially in today's football, you're not even come close to simulating what a game is going to be like.
Especially once you hit regular season practice.
And I don't care. The guy is Superman, but still, you have to get over the psychological part of it of okay, because that's only 9 months ago. Where he put his foot in the ground when he put his foot in the ground in Denver. So psychologically, that'll take a game or two to where you forget about it.
Well,
so if he's 6. I mean, if he comes back week 6, plays spottingly, it's probably not back to his normal self till week 9.
I would guess it would be a very similar ramp up to what they did a year ago because he didn't go through training camp because he had the back injury.
Yes. Yeah.
When he was in Dallas,
yeah.
And he gets traded to the Packers at the end of the regular season.
Yes.
So in that game against Detroit, he was kind of a ramp up. It just took a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Parsons chatting with the media for the first time in about 2 months, says returning week 6 is very realistic. We will continue that conversation a little later in the show because we have been rejoined by Adam Schefter. Good morning, Adam. How you doing today?
My apologies. I tried on both my phones. It didn't work.
Both your phones?
It's away today.
Did you try the third phone or no?
I was going to trust my laptop, but then Josh called me, so that's the way it goes.
Well, this works for us this morning. Give us an update on Tucker Kraft. I guess the last time you chatted with the guys last week when I was out of town, you said the two sides were not particularly close. Have we made any progress there?
I still think that before the start of the regular season, there'll be movement there, but I haven't heard in recent days that there all of a sudden has been a breakthrough. And I just think it's interesting, too, because we're starting to see some of these wide receiver salaries take off. And, you saw Zay Flowers get $35 million yesterday, and we've seen Jackson Smith and Jigba get north of 40, and Drake London get north of 35. And you're going to see some big tight end deals here over the next 12 or so months. And if you're the Packers, and Tucker Kraft is as good as he is, and he's healthy, like he's a beast, you want to get that done. So I think it'll get done at some point. I don't know that they're any closer over the last few days. I haven't heard that. I think it'll be a little bit of time, but I do think there'll be some action at some point.
Adam, were the Bucks disrespectful to Baker Mayfield in their offer?
Yeah, listen, I'm not going to argue with how somebody feels. If he feels disrespected, that's his right and prerogative. But again, I would just say that there's two sides to this.
Yeah.
He feels disrespected, and he probably feels disrespected by the fact that they offered him a 2-year extension, which would give him 3 years on his deal. And most franchise players or big-time stars are getting 4 or 5-year extensions, maybe more. He didn't see that. He feels disrespected. From the Bucs' perspective, they offered him a 2-year extension that averaged over $50 million a year. The money on the deal over the 3 years would have made him one of the top 5 highest-paid quarterbacks in the game. And they felt like the offer and the negotiations were moving in a positive direction before he broke them off. So again, two different sides to it. You can believe or interpret and side with whoever you want, but there are two sides to it.
Adam Schefter here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, brought to you by Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin's sheet metal workers. If you want to earn more, build a real career in the trades, this is where it starts. Better pay, incredible benefits, real training, real representation. This isn't just a job, it's a future. Learn more at smart18.work. Were you surprised, Shefty, because we had talked about him with you during the offseason with Jadeveon Clowney? Okay, is he going to wait until the end of training camp, see where he wants to sign? Are you surprised that he decided to sign with the Texans already? Because now we've got the Falcons potentially have a devastating injury to Jalen Walker. They feared that he tore his ACL yesterday in practice. Or for him, was it just about, hey, let's go back to where this whole thing started and go back to the Texans?
I think it's that. I think that, look, you're in Texas. You are not paying state tax, so you make a little bit of extra money. And you're playing on a great defense. He knows that he's not going to play every down. Like, they'll use him in key spots. They'll be double-teaming Will Anderson, Daniil Hunter. Jadeveon Clowney is not going to have the double-team all year long. He's playing on one of the best defenses in the league. And if he's comfortable there and wants to be there, then that makes sense.
Adam, what's the quarterback situation in Minnesota? Is there a competition happening there, or is this Kyler Murray's job to lose?
They keep saying there's a competition, and they keep saying the competition will go on. And all the chatter outside of the organization continues to be that it is Kyler Murray's job to lose. So I would say, you believe what you want there. I think that...
Choose your own adventure.
Can you point me in a direction? You want to give me a little nudge to the left or to the right?
Well, I do think that Kyler Murray's positioned to win that job, and they still have to go through the summer and get through camp. But we've seen quarterbacks in recent years bounce around and revive their careers elsewhere, a la Sam Darnold in Seattle, a la Daniel Jones in Indianapolis, a la Baker Mayfield in Tampa. And I think Kyler Murray handpicked Minnesota. Minnesota handpicked Kyler Murray. They knew they needed to add help at the position. They picked a guy who was once the number 1 overall pick in the draft, who was flashed at times. And I think they think by putting him in that system and that offense that they can revive his career the way that other quarterbacks' careers have been revived. Now, it's up to J.J. McCarthy to try to change their minds in camp. There was a tweet from Kevin Seifert yesterday about how McCarthy had a disappointing sequence in camp, 3 straight incompletions to the groans of the crowd. You could almost hear it without even being there or imagine it. And so, yeah, I kind of agree with everybody that it's Kyler's job to lose, but I don't think they're settled there yet.
Adam, I think we'd all agree that the Rams are the top team in the NFC, especially, and if they add Aaron Donald, that gap will only get larger. Do you have a top team in the AFC that you like?
I really don't, because I think you can make an argument for a good half dozen teams in the AFC, maybe more, right? Like, we were talking about the Texans. Nobody talks about the Texans. Jaguars won 13 games last year, and I think they're pretty good. Okay, the Broncos almost got to the Super Bowl. The Chiefs will have back Mahomes. I think the Chargers had so many injuries last year, and I think they're dangerous. The Ravens should bounce back. The Bengals, who are one of the worst teams in football this year, if their offense is healthy, with the help they added on, I think they could be formidable. I think Buffalo's going to, to me, it's like 8 teams in the AFC that I can make an argument for are favorites. And by the way, true, you say the Rams are the favorites in the NFC, and I agree with that. But in football, I don't know how much that means. You still got to go out and play 17 games. There's injuries that change the course of the season. And I think everybody is aware that the Rams are the favorite. Everyone's gunning for them. And, I had a coach text me the other day, hey, the Rams are the team, the other 31 teams in the league are just trying to catch up to them. That's the mindset. It's like a joke, but it's not. That's how everybody feels. Mm-hmm. And when everybody's gunning for you, that makes it that much harder.
Is there an update on Aaron Donald at all?
Well, they say he's not going to rejoin the team till after camp, if then. And basically, there's a few ways to look at this. Sean McVay said it's headed in the right direction, trending upward. When the head coach says that, that gets my attention. But I also have spoken to other people in the organization, and they said, look, nobody really knows, except his family, what he's thinking. He wants to see if he can get back and recapture some of his form. If he feels like he can get to 80, 90, 95% of what Aaron Donald was, then he'll probably do it. If he feels like he can't do that, he's not going to come back. I know everyone just kind of assumes he's coming back, and I still think that's the most likely scenario, but I don't think it's a foregone conclusion. And they also pointed out that he wouldn't be doing it just for Myles Garrett, although that was obviously another thing that tipped it. But he really loves Kobe Turner. He loves Brandon Fisk. He loves Matthew Stafford. He loves a lot of those guys, Sean McVay. These are guys he's had long-standing relationships with, not just Myles Garrett. So my guess is he'll come back in the end, but I do not think it is done deal by any stretch of the imagination.
Our conversation with Adam Schefter brought to you by the Island Resort and Casino, a premier resort destination, largest north of Milwaukee, with everything you like to do in one awesome location. Visit islandresortandcasino.com and book your total experience today. And Schefter, we know that the NFC North expected to be a tightly contested division. Lions, Packers, Bears, and the Bears suffered a pretty significant injury. Kobe Bryant, their safety, who they brought in this offseason from Seattle, he's going to be sidelined 8 to 10 weeks because of a hyperextended knee, bone bruise, small fracture that he suffered in practice earlier this week. With the division expected to be that tight, how significant of an injury is this for Chicago?
Well, I think it leaves them thin at that position. And they spent, $40 million on the guy during the offseason. They prioritized safety, targeted Kobe Bryant, and then goes out and he hurts his knee. 8 to 10 weeks. Now, it sounded like, he hyperextended the knee, had a small fracture in the knee. That's not great. So even when you come back in 8 to 10 weeks, there's a ramp-up period. He's not going to be operating at full strength right away. So my guess is it's closer to 10 weeks than it is 8, first of all. So now 10 weeks, just do the math. That means he's probably starting the season on pup, and he's going to miss some time. And at a spot where the Bears needed help, and it leaves them thin. So I know that just breaks the hearts of Packers fans all across.
Well, again, week 5, if he goes on pup, the first game he would be eligible to play would be here in Wisconsin, in Green Bay, when they take on the Packers in early October.
Yeah, there you go, right? That I could see him trying to get back for that game.
Adam, we've seen a lot of weird stuff as guys try to gain an edge. Where does CeeDee Lamb's quote-unquote beekeeper mask rank as far as weird stuff you've seen from NFL players trying to, optimize their performance?
I didn't see it. What was it?
Oh, my goodness. The video is...
I'll text it to you.
Okay, he's wearing... you got to Google it. Google CeeDee Lamb beekeeper. He's wearing a white, it's almost like cheesecloth, Chew, over his head, and it's to impair his vision. and then he's taking catches off the jugs machine.
Yeah.
And it's, again, like anything, I guess, to gain an edge. And, like if you can catch it, it's like if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. I don't know. But
I haven't seen, not having seen the pictures, he's trying to kind of pretend. Josh just sent it to me. Hold on a second. I'm taking a look at it. Simulate the curtains in Jerry's world. That's my best explanation for it, right?
It's bananas, right? I mean, again, I appreciate that these guys are at the top of their game. They're always looking for ways to, make themselves better, sharpen their iron and whatnot. But this was weird.
Is this proof they need to go back to Chewy's day and have two-a-days again? That these guys just have too much time on their hands during camp, that we're trying beekeeper masks to make us better?
I don't put too many training camp practices anymore. I'll just say, the practices today are so much more civil than they were back in the day, right, Chewy?
Yeah. Yeah, it was chaos back in our way. We didn't have the strength to go find cheesecloth and stuff like that. Although I'm a big fan of Limburger cheese, which I believe is wrapped in cheesecloth. Yeah.
Okay.
You ever had it?
What?
Sharp cheese is so good.
Yeah, and you used to tell me that cheddar was not good.
Yeah, it's overrated. Adam, would you anticipate Jahmyr Gibbs signing fairly soon with Bijan Robinson getting paid?
I'll say this. I think it does get done soon. And if it doesn't get done this week, I think it has the chance to go on for a little bit of time. Because Bijan has provided the roadmap. Jahmyr was waiting for Bijan to come in because the numbers always were going to be higher than what Detroit was offering. And now that it's done, there's no reason that they should be able to sit down and get it done. But to me, I just think that there's a window here now for them to get this done. I'd be surprised if it's not done by the end of the week. And if it's not, then I think that is a potential issue for the Lions and having this go on a little bit longer than anybody would like.
Shefty, on a scale of 1 to 5, 1 to 10, how excited are you for the first game of the preseason, the Hall of Fame game tomorrow, Cardinals, Panthers, first game with teams wearing NFL uniforms since the Super Bowl?
Well, why did you shift the grade rankings from 5 to 10 there?
Yeah, I just misspoke. 1 to 10, I think, is better.
Here's the thing about preseason football. Like, everybody's like, oh, my preseason, this is great. And it takes about 2 drives before you say, okay, the conversation shifts to when do we get regular season football? But, look, am I going to be watching that entire game? I will be. I'll be sitting down in front of the TV. You're not going to get great drama. You're not going to get great football. You're going to get bottom of the roster guys fighting to make the practice squad. That's what it is. And if you know that and expect that, then that's, you're not disappointed.
So walk me through what you're watching. Do you have like a legal pad out so you're taking notes, or you just take notes on the note app on one of your phones? You got some snacks beside you? Like what's the setup tomorrow for this game?
No, I'm sitting on my couch. I'll watch the game. I'm looking for guys that just flash, and I'm looking for injuries. That's all I'm looking at. Like, okay, is there a guy that pops that is making a mark, and who is he, and what's the story there? And then I'm looking to see if anybody goes down. But there aren't going to be very many regulars that play the game. Kenny Pickett is starting for the Panthers at quarterback. That's interesting. Carson Beck's starting for the Cardinals. That's even more interesting. I don't know how much either quarterback is going to play. And, yeah, we'll see. But, again, it's the first game preseason. It's never very exciting or interesting. And but I kind of like the preseason. It's just fun to see which guys emerge out of nowhere. Like, this guy Jacoby Lane in Baltimore. I don't know much about him, but this guy's flashed. And I hear Cyrus Allen in Kansas City. And that's the fun part of the preseason, is guys that you might not have known, impressing coaches and making them. I always go back to I was in Canton, Ohio one year, and Andy Reid and Brad Childress were there for somebody's induction. I'm going to guess it was Will Shields. I could be wrong. And I see them, and I'm talking to them, and I go to Brad. Well, I always ask people, like, what stood out at camp? Anybody catch your eye? And Brad Schroeder said to me, yeah, we got this rookie wide receiver who might be the best football player I've ever seen. And I said, excuse me? He said, the best player I've ever seen. I'm like, get out of here. Who is it? Tarik Hill. I'm like, well, I don't really know him. I'll pay attention to that guy. There we go. Like, that to me is what the preseason is about.
Adam, we certainly appreciate you joining us this morning. Have a great week. Enjoy the football. We'll talk to you again soon.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great week. We'll talk next week.
That's Adam Schefter. Joins us each and every Wednesday during the football season. Well, during the year.
Yeah, he's year-round.
I was just thinking because football is now here-ish. Gabe, I know. He calls me out on it every time.
You notice when I phrased the question, it was a game with teams in NFL uniforms. It wasn't an actual NFL game for tomorrow night.
Fair enough.
Let me tell you about our good friends at Jens Family Chiropractic. I'm looking forward to it today. Every Wednesday, I'm going up there. I'm going to Jens Family Chiropractic. I had a little bit of lower back pain. Again, tried to ignore it a little bit. It's fine. I'll be okay. But what's great about working with Jens Family Chiropractic, because I've never stepped foot in a chiropractic's office before, is the way they focus on trying to figure out what the cause of the issue is. And then they've got a lot of different options to make sure that your back starts to feel better. Whether it's going through their using the soft wave tissue regeneration therapy, which I certainly do, whether it's doing their non-surgical spinal decompression therapy, whether it's just getting an adjustment, they have so many different options to make sure that you are feeling better and you can get through your day. Again, because they're trying to figure out what's really causing the issue. Nearly a decade of serving Milwaukee area patients, thousands of patients helped. Learn more. Check out the new patient special, JensFamilyChiropractic.com. That's JensFamilyChiropractic.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geis today. For 70 years, Geis has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geisdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Hey baseball fans, when the game's over, keep the fun of the season going at the award-winning Lake Lawn Resort on beautiful Delavan Lake. Trade the bleachers for the shoreline and the always-on-the-go schedule for total lakeside relaxation. Celebrate your own MVP moments with waterfront dining, golf, relaxing spa-scapes, and family fun all season long. Just a short drive from Milwaukee, it's your home run getaway. Book your stay today at lakelawnresort.com and come find out for yourself why everything is better at the lake.
Your premier Michigan golf getaway includes rounds at Sweetgrass and Sage Run. Book Monday through Wednesday for best availability. Savor elevated dining and unwind at the full-service Drift Spa between rounds. Grab quick bites in the expanded Sage Run Clubhouse or refresh overlooking the 9th and 18th at Sweetgrass. It's all part of an unforgettable golf experience at Island Resort and Casino. Plan your getaway at islandresortgolf.com.
Summertime is when you'll find the largest selection of homes on the market.
But it's the bottom of the ninth, as it's also the time when homes move the quickest.
This is Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Andrea Woshinski. With more buyers competing, preparation, speed, and expert local guidance can make all the difference.
Start your home journey today with our white glove service at wendorfteam.kw.com.
Tony Wendorf & Associates.
A real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
Catch a battle between two of the National League's best when the Brewers take on the Braves Friday, August 21st and Saturday the 22nd. It's a weekend of great matchups and great events as the Brewers celebrate Black Culture Fest at the opener Friday the 21st, featuring live art, live music performances, and a maker's market. Then it's Hank Aaron replica jersey giveaway day on the 22nd, courtesy of UW Credit Union. Don't miss it. Get your tickets today at brewers.com.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 18th.
Churio sends it deep to left, and there she goes!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battled the Seattle Mariners.
Yelich launches one deep right center field. Forget about it.
Oh my goodness, third deck.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Delta Dental of Wisconsin. Tune in August 18th at 6:40 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
It's time now for the Sewer Ninjas Minute of the Day. From your local experts at Sewer Ninjas.
If you own an older home, you may have had a plumber out and heard them use the term CIPP and wondered, what exactly is that? CIPP stands for Cured in Place Pipe, also known as trenchless sewer lining. Instead of digging up and replacing your existing sewer pipe, we install a new pipe inside of the old one. This technology can eliminate cracks, prevent root intrusion, and restore the structural integrity of your sewer line, often with far less disruption to your yard. I'm Jordan with Sewer Ninjas, locally owned, Wisconsin proud, and here to help you protect your home.
This has been the Sewer Ninjas Minute of the Day, helping Wisconsin homeowners stay ahead of costly sewer problems, 1 minute at a time. Learn more today at sewerninjas.com.
As a homeowner, I know how easy it is to put off maintenance projects. Hey, it's Jen Latta here, and one thing I've learned from working with 2-Day Painting is that preventative maintenance is almost always less expensive than major repairs later. Whether it's exterior painting, carpentry repairs, or preparing your home for another Wisconsin winter, the team at 2-Day Painting can help. Don't wait until small problems become costly ones. Ask about their free touch-ups for life and schedule your free estimate today at 2daypainting.com. That's 2daypainting.com, and tell them Jen sent you.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
There's a lot of sodas now that are prebiotic sodas
They
as
don't
well.
work. They're called poop. No, they're really called poop, I think. You buy them on Amazon.
I thought you were going to stop talking.
You got a lot of brust in you. You know that?
On 94.5 ESPN.
You should consider Professional Construction Inc. for your next remodeling project, home addition, or any other project that you don't think you can handle. The PCI team is here for you, and they are growing. They're looking for skilled carpenters who really care about their craft and want to be a part of a team. If you or someone you know works hard, takes pride in what they build, have them apply today at professionalconstructioninc.com. That's professionalconstructioninc.com. Click on the Careers tab to apply. And speaking of careers, if you've always wanted to call the opening drive of a home Akron Zips football game, have I got the gig for you? Akron is, I guess, doing a contest where they are going to allow one lucky fan to design the opening drive of the home opener when the Zips host Robert Morris later this year. This reads disastrous. How are you going to claim to be a accredited program
Is it because it's Robert Morris?
when you're letting noobs call the plays?
I got a lot of questions. Well, because, I mean, you've talked about, like, the opening 15 with you guys, right?
Yeah.
Like
First 15, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure sometimes you go off that script because it's 3rd and 6, and the next play in the script is, a halfback dive. Can't really be doing that and getting away with it.
Thought it'd be 3rd and 1. Here we are.
So how much leeway, like if you're sitting there, you're the winner of this contest, you're sitting there in the opening drive and you know the plays that you called, like how much leeway is the offensive coordinator getting to call his own game versus calling the plays that you want him to call?
Well, I don't know.
Like if he goes off script right away.
The person that wins would have to look into the playbook.
Yeah.
I mean, because you could get some goof that's like, all right, let's run flea flicker the first 3 plays.
And then a fake punt after that fails on the 4th play.
Yeah. Kind of stupid. Huh?
Kind of? Come on.
Yeah.
Giving him an awful lot of credit with the kind of there.
Yeah. What's the contest?
They're just drawing. It's a drawing.
That's it.
Random drawing among season ticket holders.
If you had this at your big athletics gala as something that people could live bid on,
Yeah.
and you're trying to raise money for NIL or different things, I think I could make that make a little bit more sense. Oh, creative way, try to get a little bit more money for the football program and get someone to call an opening drive, whatever. I think I could get that. But just being a random drawing for your season ticket holders?
Yeah. My guess is the line is probably 30. Right? Because why else would you do it?
Well, let me play devil's advocate here for a minute, because in the pantheon of college football, I'm not sure how relevant Akron is, right?
No.
I mean, Chewy thinks they're very, because he loves his Maction.
Well, the best thing about him is their
The Zips?
nickname, the Zips.
Okay.
Right?
Well, maybe the best thing about them is them thinking outside the box and going, hey, nobody's talking about us. Let's figure out a way to get people to talk about us. Now, I'm not sure what the end game is. I'm not sure if, again, you're expecting people to buy season tickets in an attempt to simply get their name in the hat for this drawing, and in which case, maybe that does work. Maybe there was somebody out there who was on the fence about buying season tickets for the Akron Zips and now is like, you know what? Lock it up. Let's go. I want to call that series. It just feels clown show. And
yes.
And again, maybe there are programs out there that can afford to be categorized as clown show because they're not getting any relevancy any other way. And maybe that was their conversation, was like, hey, at least people will be talking about us.
Trying to see who the coach is.
Joe Moorhead.
Joe Moorhead.
Wait, Joe Moorhead. Why do I feel like he's been hasn't he been a coordinator in other places?
Joe Moorhead.
He's been there since 2021.
I see him at Mississippi State.
Mississippi State.
Oregon, Penn State, Fordham, Connecticut, Akron.
Yeah, I think he's had some high-profile jobs, if I'm not mistaken.
Well, he might be going to Saginaw Valley next year. Or Incarnate Word.
What would your first play be, Chew?
Take a knee.
You gonna waste one of your plays, one of your downs?
Come on, there's got to be
We're
some.
setting him up for
There's
something.
got to be a reverse tight end pass in there.
Oh, tight end will be involved, and there will be 4 of them.
4 tight end set.
They won't see it coming.
Yeah.
How do you defend it? No one's ever seen it before.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy rolls on after this.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
All right, delays along southbound 41 from Appleton Avenue, pretty solid all the way past Capitol Drive. Northbound starts to slow down just before Capitol Drive up to about Hampton. Eastbound 94 backing up from Highway 16 past Highway F to Springdale, again right past the Barker Road area. And one more delay from about 76th Street to 35th. Westbound's backed up from 35th to Hawley Road and then from Elm Grove Road to Calhoun. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ for Storm Team forecast today, we'll see some rounds of rain, otherwise mostly cloudy. Up to 2 inches of accumulation are possible, though, with a high of 74. Tonight, rain tapers off, mostly cloudy skies with a low of 68. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee. Packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Calling all skilled sheet metal pros in the Milwaukee area. We need you. Smart 18 is the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers because it offers awesome pay, more job security, and benefits you can't beat. Around here, the total wage package for an experienced journeyman starts at over $91 an hour. That's right, $91 an hour. Build your career by making a smart move today. Learn more at smart18.work.
Every homeowner has a list. That roof, those windows, that bathroom you've been meaning to update. If you've been putting off home improvements, you're not alone. At Exterior Pros and Baths, they help homeowners upgrade their homes with beautiful roofing, siding, windows, doors, gutters, and bathrooms built to last. Right now, save up to $3,000 on your next project. Don't wait until a small problem becomes an expensive one. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com. Exterior Pros and Baths. Done right, built to last.
We are the home for all your Brewers coverage. 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee. A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Showtime. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
Back here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, we put it on the Infinity Exteriors Twitter poll this morning. Is it time to bench Christian Yelich? Look, this is a conversation that is not going away until something happens. Every night that Murph and company trot Christian Yelich out there into the lineup, there are going to be groans from certain members of the fan base. The boos popping last night at AmFam Field is an indication that some fans have hit their expiration date on Christian Yelich, this version of Christian Yelich being in the lineup. Gabe, do you have a solution for this? It would appear as though, and I know Jake Bauers is dealing with the abdominal injury now, but it would appear as though they do have guys who have been much more productive this year who you can put in there. And yet the argument I always hear about Christian Yelich is that he is this veteran leader and that his presence is valuable to some of the younger players who maybe a Christian, maybe a Pratt, like some of these younger guys who are now playing in with the big league club. How do you square this?
Well, but he'd still be around. You're not cutting him. He could still be there.
He's not in a better place like Tucker Kraft with Romeo Dobbs often.
Yeah, we're not taking him to the farm upstate, where he can just run freely in the field.
But you're gonna say shoot him.
Like he's just not playing every day. He can still be that leader. I mean, the Brewers lauded last year Brandon Woodruff, and even this year when Woody has been around the team and he hasn't been able to pitch because, for Woody, obviously it was because of the injury, but, Christian can still be that veteran leader and just not play every day. They're trying to balance getting different at-bats for all these different guys. I know some fans are upset that Joey Ortiz hasn't been playing more at third base since David Hamilton has come back, but Luis Lara's been losing at-bats because there have been times where they want both Andrew Vaughn and Jake Bauers in the lineup. Well, now you can get all three of those guys in the lineup if you're using Bauers or Vaughn, whoever, whichever one you want, more at DH, and then Lara's playing outfield, and that makes you better defensively as well when he's out there in right field. So it's... I think the solution is, and again, I don't think you need to bench him and never play him for the rest of the season. He'll still get at-bats, but if he's going to be in the lineup, he does have to produce. And I would imagine, and Murph kind of hinted at it in the clip we played earlier. Hey, he doesn't need my protection, but when he's in there, he does have to produce. I'm guessing by throwing that little thing in there, that's we're kind of getting to the end of the leash here for Yelly. And if he doesn't start hitting his way out of this funk soon, we're going to have to look into some of these options.
And players talk. I know Murph likes to throw it out there, and it's a close team. We had a close team, but players still talk about other players. Hell, we used to roast Buckley. We'd sit there and having cocktails over breath say, Buckley sucks. What are they doing? Why are they playing this dude? That might be not as harsh.
You didn't say it to his face, it sounds like.
I'd like to, but...
Given the opportunity, you think you would?
Yeah, I would today.
Yeah. I know you would.
They're probably a little softer with Yelly, but they're like, come on. What are they doing here? The guy's like...
they're still winning games, right? Fastest team in, fastest to 70 wins in team history. Now, I don't think that they'll get to, the other marks in the fastest because 70 wins last year was in the middle of that winning streak.
Yeah.
I don't think they're winning the next, 8 in a row.
Like, everyone wants to play. And if you don't, you shouldn't be on the roster or you shouldn't be a part of the organization. Everybody... in an org, be it football, basketball, everyone wants to play, and a lot of guys think, and sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not, a lot of guys think they're better than the guy in front of them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's a good thing, So I'm not saying it's going to blow up the chemistry or stuff like that, but I guarantee there's 3, 4, 5 guys that are scratching their head going,
okay, but work me through the psychological part of this, okay? Help me work through it. the fewer at-bats you get, doesn't that increase the pressure on those at-bats?
Most certainly does.
Yeah. And so if you're struggling with the 4 at-bats, for instance, that he got last night, I'm not saying that I have an answer. I'm simply saying that if I now have 2 at-bats or 1 at-bat, because I'm being thrown out there, I'm being benched, but then I'm being thrown out there later in the game as we're shuffling the lineup, etc., that to me feels like it would ratchet up the pressure. And look, Yelich is a Major League Baseball player. Nobody's sitting here saying that he doesn't have the mental capacity to handle these high-pressure situations. But it just feels like then you're making it more difficult for a guy to hit his way out of a slump. And look, maybe that's what Murph is battling right now. He's going, I got to give him every opportunity, and that means all 4 at-bats. And maybe it is that the lineup, although we have lamented and complained about sometimes the lack of power, maybe he feels like the rest of the lineup can sort of withstand it?
Yeah, maybe. But, I mean, the Cubs are right there. You know, Cubs are only, 5.5 out, and they're playing well, and they made some moves at the deadline. The problem is this. He was an A player. You're not an A player anymore, so you don't get A player status. You just don't. You know, Brad, if he threw 4 picks in a game, okay, you still have A player status. You're not an A player. You're a B player. Gabe, would you agree? You're no longer an A player.
No.
You're a B player, so along goes with it. You know, these quarterbacks that age, you know. They're no longer A players. You bench them. You don't. The leash isn't as long, and his leash still should have a leash, but it shouldn't be as long. So I don't know. I think it's just going to get worse.
2 months ago, Yelly went into that game on June the 5th, hitting .289. Since then, in the 44 games that he's played, he's hitting .191.
Like I said,
in his last 44 games. That's, you can't
justify it.
And yeah, I'm sure they would love him to try to hit his way out of it. But I don't know what else you do other than start taking away at-bats.
Chris weighing in on the Carbless Talking text line, or rather the YouTube stream. Remember, you can always get in with the show on the YouTube stream, ESPN Milwaukee. We've also seen in recent past where Yelich goes on the IL for back tightness and then comes back refreshed and hitting better. Maybe he just needs a break to recharge.
Maybe. But, I mean, if he were to go, if the Brewers went, Yelly's black flared up today. I mean, I think everybody knows what that really is, right?
It's like wink, wink,
nod.
Nod.
And I don't think they want to do that either.
It did. And look, again, I am fully convinced that there are conversations taking place between Murph and Yelly. He probably calls him into his office. He's like, how you feeling today? What do you want to do? And I'm sure Yelly, because he's a competitor and he wants to turn this sucker around, is like, I want to play. And Murphy's like, okay. At some point, it does feel like Murphy's going to have to say, we got to take a break. We got to sit you down, take some extra hacks in the cage, because they have the indoor cages where you can just be down there if he wants to hack away.
I'm sure he's doing all those 100%.
Things. I know he's doing all of those things.
And I'm sure Murph doesn't want to do it. He obviously doesn't want to do it. But I think he's also starting to realize that they're getting to that point. That everything that Yelly has done, and yes, remembering who Yelly has been for this team, which has been huge. But you said it earlier, Chew. And Murph even said it too. If you're in the lineup, you're expected to produce. And over the last 44 games, that is just not what has been for Christian Yelich.
If he's in the lineup tonight and he has another offer and fans boo, does that put more pressure on Murphy to be like, hey, all right, we heard your speech. We heard you endorsing him and saying, hey, give him some grace. And we're still not there. We're ready to move on. I mean, I'm just looking into the future and saying that's a real possibility tonight when the Brewers take on the Pirates.
I'd protect him, and he's protecting him by sitting him, right?
I would be surprised if Yelly plays both of the next 2 games. I think he sits one of them. Mm-hmm. Whether that's he plays tonight and then, it's an off, day game after a night game. Let's get somebody else in there and have somebody else DH. I don't know what that looks like necessarily, but I guess, especially if he goes 0 for again tonight, I would be surprised if he played.
What would the Phillies
Thursday.
do? What would the Dodgers do? What would Atlanta do?
Yeah, I think they would. If this was Freddie Freeman for the Dodgers, I think they'd sit him down or come up with a phantom injury to try to reset him.
See, I wonder if, and I'm going to pull up the baseballreference.com page for Christian Yelich and look game by game. I wonder if there is something to, there have been some games over this stretch, guys, where he has gotten hits, where he has gotten clutch hits. And I wonder if Murph and company have interpreted that as, oh, here we go. We're on the verge. He's about to turn it around, right? And then the next game comes and it doesn't happen. It doesn't continue. And I wonder if that's been sort of problematic with the decision making, right? Because it's not as though he's offered every game. There have been a number of them, but
majority of them. He's got 34 hits in his last 44 games.
Sometimes you just get old. Sometimes it just doesn't work
is that
anymore.
where we are, we think? Do you think
How
Yelich
old is he?
has fallen
34.
off the cliff?
34? How old is that?
And he's dealt with the back injuries,
What do you mean, how old is
chronic
that?
back injuries.
You just asked how old he is. I told you. And then you asked me how old is that?
What is this, like dog years? You think there's some sort of baseball years? So what is that in baseball years?
Yes, that's what I want. Because football now, that's old. Is it old in baseball?
Yeah,
No,
it can be.
there are guys who play.
Yeah, it can be, depending upon who you are. There are some guys that play longer than that, but there are some
But
guys
that
in
fall
the
off.
Yeah.
There's
Mhm.
probably been really, really good MVP type players that at 34, they're like, this thing doesn't work anymore.
We're still talking about the bat, right?
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, there's no magic pill for hitting.
If there is.
He's like,
If
get
there
him
is.
the baseball Viagra stat.
If there is Chew,
Yes.
I need you to make a special delivery to the ballpark on your way home
Let me
today.
call the Blammer.
He's a pharmacist. If anybody knows, it's going to be him. I don't think anybody wants to have this conversation,
No.
but we've reached the point where it's kind of necessary. Because you just can't be an everyday guy and hitting 191.
Yeah.
And that's what he's done over his last 2 months.
And again, I'm going to go back to it because I did pull up the baseball reference. There's just enough games. There's just enough games over those last 44, Gabe, to justify keeping him in there. There's a hit here, 2 hits here, 1 hit here. You know, I think I'm looking at 3 hits, 3 for 5 back on, July 7th. Now, again, that was a month ago. But, I think you're seeing enough of that where you're going, okay, maybe he's found something. And then you're hoping that it translates to the next at-bat.
How familiar are you with the movie Little Big League?
One time.
That's
No,
Little
Little
Giants.
But,
Little Big League is a baseball movie. Kid,
Yeah.
becomes the owner of the Twins, then takes over managing.
Yeah.
And his favorite player is an older guy who gets the seeing eye single. He's like, all right, this is what's going to turn him around.
Yeah.
And his bench coach is like, isn't the fact that you're getting that excited over seeing eye single kind of tell you everything you need to know?
Yeah.
So if they're hanging on, he's hitting 191.
I know. And
over
we-
2 months.
and
And if you're hanging on to, he's got a couple of hits here and there.
No.
The overall
I'm not
numbers-
hanging on to that. I want to be clear. I'm simply saying that if you're Murph and company, he gets those hits and you go, okay, hey, you know what I'm saying?
But what I'm saying
because
is if
Murphy
you're-
clearly wants to keep him in the
Yes.
lineup, guys. He's clear, so he is going to
Of course.
confirmation bias his way through this sucker.
But if
But-
that's
but-
if that's what he's holding on to,
Yeah.
doesn't that tell you everything you need to know? Because the bigger picture tells you everything you need to know how
But
the season is going.
How would you like to be Sal Frelick, who got a little roasted early in the season because he's not hitting, and he was hitting better than Yelich. I mean, aren't you
Winning
like,
an MVP or two.
aren't you like, well, that's what I'm saying. You get that, but
I was
he's
trying
not
to
an
get Sal
player
bench
anymore.
too. I was begging for Luis.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Laura.
and you've been quiet this entire conversation.
Yeah, what the hell?
It's just, well,
Just
what am I
because
going to
you
do?
had a rough
Murph
Monday
is
night
going.
and you had to take Tuesday off.
Murph is going to do what he's going to do. It's not going to be the best thing by the numbers. We're going to keep banging our head against the wall, and we're all going to keep saying, yeah, this probably isn't right. Just like Sal Frelick wasn't right to start over Luis Laura the whole time. But what am I going to do about
So
it?
I'm making the shirts. Murph gonna Murph. Hey, make the shirts, print the shirts, sell the
Why
shirts.
is Bryce Trang bunting? I don't know. He just hit a home run yesterday. But guess what? That's what we're doing because I said so.
If you're buying or building a new home, Great Midwest Bank will help guide you every step of the way. While my family and I looked for a lake home, we knew that Great Midwest Bank would take care of us, give us all the best options so that when you're ready for your next big life decision like we were, you'll get fast and flexible mortgage pre-approvals straight from Great Midwest Bank's knowledgeable and, most importantly, local loan officers. From start to finish, bank with confidence. See all of their customizable products at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank is your simply local equal housing lender.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Northbound on 4394, backing up right around the Plainfield curve all the way up past Oklahoma Avenue. Southbound 43 tightening up just a bit right past Good Hope Road. Southbound 41, that's going to be slow from Appleton Avenue down past Capitol Drive, with the northbound side from Capitol up past Hampton. A little bit more of a delay as well on northbound from the Zoo Interchange up past Watertown Plank Road. Traffic is brought to you by James Imaging Systems, your local document imaging partner. Dedicated to helping businesses do business better. Visit jamesimaging.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today we'll see some rounds of rain, otherwise mostly cloudy. Up to 2 inches of accumulation are possible, though, with a high of 74. Tonight, rain tapers off, mostly cloudy skies with a low of 68. Weather is brought to you by Big Frog Custom T-shirts and more. For custom apparel that helps your team, business, or event stand out, choose Big Frog. Visit bigfrog.com/Mequon. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Women's college volleyball is back at Fiserv Forum, and ESPN Milwaukee is sending you there. Listen to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy for your chance to win 2 tickets to attend the AVCA First Serve, August 21st through the 24th. Watch Wisconsin Marquette, defending national champion Texas A&M, Kentucky, Pittsburgh, Texas, and other powerhouse programs battle it out to open the season. It's 4 days of elite volleyball, electric matchups, and unforgettable action. Listen to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy this week for your chance to win tickets. AVCA First Serve at Fiserv Forum. Win tickets here.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Jen Latta. I've spent my career around athletes, coaches, and people looking for an edge. That's why I was so impressed when I visited Revival in Brookfield. From kickboxing-inspired fitness, Kaiser cutting-edge performance training, yoga, bar, Pilates, and a suite of recovery experiences that include red light therapy, infrared sauna, cold plunge, and contrast therapy, Revival is redefining fitness and wellness all under one roof. Limited Tier 1 memberships are now available while they last. Schedule a tour today at revivalbrookfield.com.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. When it comes to a home mortgage, we understand you want a simple, stress-free process, great service, and a loan you can feel good about. And for 90 years, that's exactly how we've been doing things at Great Midwest Bank. So if you're thinking about buying, building, renovating, or refinancing, get started at greatmidwestbank.com to find a knowledgeable loan officer and get the peace of mind you deserve. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
ESPN Milwaukee fans, it's Gabe Neitzel here, and I want to introduce you to Jens Family Chiropractic. If you're dealing with back pain, neck pain, headaches, or sciatica, Jens Family Chiropractic focuses on finding the cause of the problem, not just helping you manage the symptoms. For nearly 10 years, they've helped Milwaukee area patients find real answers through personalized care and advanced treatment options. Learn more and check out their new patient special at jensfamilychiropractic.com. That's jensfamilychiropractic.com.
Looking for your next unforgettable night out in Milwaukee? Step into Upper Bar, where the city lights meet the river's edge and every evening feels like an occasion. Perched above the Milwaukee River with sweeping downtown views, Upper Bar is your stylish escape to the heart of the city. Sip handcrafted cocktails, explore curated wines, and share flavorful bites made for good company. Whether you're meeting friends, starting your night, or just chasing the view, you'll find it all here. Upper Bar, elevated evenings right in the center of it all. Visit upperbarmke.com to learn more.
Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee is setting the stage to rock your socks off. This August, jam out with real rock off. You could win raging prizes to the tune of $300,000. Get in on the jam session by playing with your Potawatomi rewards card for entries. Thursday nights will be a game show battleground for your share of cash and reward play. Real rock off. It's gonna be epic. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I just figured if I got the yellow ones from Mexico, I could slip those in without her. Did you know the Viagra in Mexico is yellow?
Had no idea.
Yeah.
Wait, can you just paint it? You just drop it in a little food coloring?
You probably could, like an egg. I'm going to try that.
Easter has a new meaning in the Chimera household.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Some nights call for pizza. The best nights call for backup. Right now at Festival Foods, grab Screamin' Sicilian tavern style, thin, crispy, party cut into perfect snackable squares. Don't forget the Screaming Sicilian breadstick, soft cheesy, made for dunking. Each right now just $5.99 at Festival Foods. That's more cheese, more toppings, more reasons to skip the drive-thru. A Screaming Sicilian more is amore. You got to move quick though. This deal starts today, runs through next week, August 11th. Screaming Sicilian, now available at Festival Foods. Each just $5.99.
Training camp continuing for your Green Bay Packers. And Micah Parsons talked to the media yesterday. Now, he doesn't want to make any promises, which I actually appreciate. Don't get my hopes up too high. But here's what Micah Parsons had to say. Nope, shaking his head. Nope, not working.
My computer's being commandeered during the middle of a show, so it's making it a little hard for me to use.
Commandeered by who? Russians?
IT. They're trying to figure out the Adam Schefter thing, but guess what? I'm trying to do a show.
What the hell, man? Well, I guess I'll have to paraphrase. So Micah Parsons says, I think it's very realistic that he could be back by week 6. You know who the opponent is for week 6, too? You remember the schedule?
The Bears are 5.
Yep.
Right?
So,
6.
Sunday Night Football. Coming to Green Bay.
Chue. Who would the Packers be playing?
Detroit?
I was trying to do a southern accent there.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good Jerry.
Oh, Dallas?
I thought it was a pretty
Oh,
good
Dallas.
Still Dallas.
Dallas?
So Micah Parsons is saying that he thinks it's very realistic that he could be back on the field for week 6. And look, I'm not going to be able to do justice to how he articulated the next point that I wanted to get to, which was, oh, thank God. Thank goodness. I didn't want to have to cosplay anymore, Joshy. Give me the Micah Parsons sound.
You know, I think people are worried about, if I come back, I just feel like people should just be worried about, how I'm going to be when I come back. That's kind of like my mentality and how I feel and how I'm going to approach when I'm back is like people are worried about the knee. They should be worried about how I'm going to play when I get back. The anger, the frustration, the things that I'm going to have to let out because, how long it's been since I played. So I think that's what people should really worry about, like how great is Micah going to be when he gets back, not about when I get back, because that's the short term. It's about how great I'm going to be, how I can help my teammates, and how far we're going to go into a playoff run.
It's fair. It's a real thing. I mean, it's different than a receiver because a receiver is typically not getting banged. He's running his route. His thing is putting it in the ground and cutting. Micah's is taking an edge with an offensive lineman leaning on your back and trusting that knee. It's a different kind of psychological
How do you simulate that, guys? Because, again, I think we're all on the same page where we think of Micah Parsons and the video that plays in our head is of him with that dramatic bend, getting around, making the plays as he chases down the quarterback, right? And so I agree with you, Chu. I think, like, the pressure / torque / I'm not a doctor, but that all on the knee.
He's a doctor.
And
Just
then,
ask him.
And then add a back chipping.
Yeah.
Because it's Micah Parsons. I mean, that's psychologically, even though the knee is probably stronger than it's ever been, it's just mentally you have to get over that because you don't like people around you when you're trying to get ready.
For Christian,
to play.
Last year,
yeah.
I mean, a lot of that's probably taken care of during practice, just when you're running routes, even just on air. Because his was a non-contact, just planting, making those cuts in and out of routes. So you feel that confidence when you go into the game.
Sure.
But I can't imagine the Packers are going to be doing that much with him in practice. Those things that you just mentioned. Hey, let's have you try to take the edge, and then Jordan Morgan's going to lean on you, and then we're going to have Chris Brooks come over and chip you.
Yeah.
I don't think they're going to do all those things
they
in practice.
won't do, but they will try to simulate the leaning.
Yeah,
but it'll
the
be
best they can.
3/4 speed.
Yeah, it's just going to be
different.
different.
It's not going to be full go.
It's just going to be different, and he's going to be eased back in. So he played less than 50% of the snaps last year against against Detroit. Then it was 68%, 77%, and then he finally started to ramp up.
Yeah.
Right? He usually plays 80 to 90% of the snaps in any given game. It took him 3 or 4 games to get up to that. So even if he does come back for Dallas, it's going to be 50% or less would be my guess in how much he plays against the Cowboys.
But my takeaway from this, guys, is he's hungry.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He's hungry to get back out there, to start chasing down QBs, to make an impact. I think it probably weighs on him the way the season ended, recognizing that had he been out there, it probably goes differently. I don't know how far they go, but it probably goes differently if Micah Parsons is on the field. And I love that he is motivated by his absence. Like, look, it's not unusual for guys to be like, I'm going to take my time. Like, this is my livelihood. This is my legacy. I'm going to take my time, and I'll get out there when I get out there. And the attitude you're seeing from Micah Parsons, and this is a huge reason why we have loved him from the day he set foot at 1265, from the day he got into a green and gold uniform, is this level of intensity. We knew it would translate to other players. And that, to me, is the biggest benefit right now of Micah Parsons stepping in front of those microphones. Every other defensive player for your Green Bay Packers hears him say that yesterday, and it lights a fire under their ass.
And I got to imagine, I mean, this is why we were talking about when his brother's like, well, I don't know, maybe it's week 8, maybe it's week 9. Like, in my mind, I'm like, really? Micah's going to sit out that long? He's going to voluntarily go, yeah, I'm going to keep sitting out. He's always struck me as a dude that just wants to get back on the field as soon as possible. And like you said, he didn't want to promise anything, but this game always, the Bears game or this game were the two that kind of always made the most sense.
Well, definitely Dallas, because for obvious reasons, and I'm fine with that as long as he's ready and he's calling the shots, on when he's going to play. But conversely, he has to listen when it's Dallas and he gets caught up in the moment and he tries to do too much and so he's got to understand that. You don't want to, it's like a pitcher game, like Harrison coming back. Well, I want to throw 100. No.
Just pitch.
No, you're
pitch
throwing
the
85
way you pitch.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what he was alluding to as well, in a very poetic way. Again, we were joking about, don't worry about when I'm back, worry about when I'm back.
Yeah.
Maybe he's saying, like, the more intentional we are with the rehab and with the when do we return, the better off we're all going to be. Because theoretically, the longer it takes for him to rehab, right, as long as everything is going according to schedule, which he says it is, the better version of Micah you get on the field, the more complete, closer to 100%, maybe even better than whatever the previous version of Micah was with that reconstructed knee. And so that's what I think he's also saying is like, listen, I know this is a conversation. When am I going to be on the field? But all you need to know is that when I'm on the field, you're going to get the best version of Micah Parsons. I'm laughing because up on the television screens above me on the studio, Get Up has, can Cowboys have an elite defense this season? Chewy, what does it say there? Notable ads?
Very first one, our guy.
Your guy.
Mr. Energy. Mr. Pitch Count.
Notable
Rashawn
ads.
Gary. Yeah.
Rashawn Gary.
Now, who plays more snaps in the Cowboys game, Rashawn or Micah Parsons?
Oh, I kind of like that one.
Especially if if it's
take
Micah's
Micah.
first game.
Yeah.
Well, you would think he'd be on a pitch count.
Yeah,
and you're saying
but
even so.
Rashawn's not a high snap count guy?
He is
I
not.
can see the wheels turning back there with Joshy. He's thinking about throwing this on the Jen Gabachui Infinity Exteriors poll.
Well, the problem is, are the Cowboys just going to be bad and play him a lot and see deteriorating results from it?
Well, the Packers didn't play him a lot, and they still saw deteriorating results
Right.
from it.
And I think the Cowboys realistically would be like, well, he needs to play more. And that's just going to be like, if Micah has a sack in that game, Rashawn's just going to quit.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's who he's going to be comparing himself to. He's going to throw in the white towel. I'm done.
Where is Parsons at right now? Do we know? Is he running? Is he?
Yes,
He's
all
been
of that
running on the
information.
sideline.
Yeah, all of that information was out there. I got to find the article that articulated. It did say all of the. Let me look. Good radio, Jen.
I mean, yeah. Either way, Chew, he's starting on PUP.
Oh, yeah.
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 And he's not going to be doing any practice stuff until he reaches, because his
I just
his
wonder
doctor
if
was
there's
very,
cutting yet, or is it just inline running? And, is he doing
He's been
cone
doing
drills?
some.
Is there any bags? Is there any contact?
Have we seen it at all, or has it all been behind the scenes?
I think it's all behind the
inside?
scenes, yeah.
Oh, I'm
Other
sure
than,
it
like,
is.
he's been running. Like, there were a couple of times
Because they
he was running on the
typically
sideline.
bring the injured guys into the Hudson Center,
Yeah.
so no one can see
what they're
going on.
doing, what
Yeah.
exactly they're working on,
Yeah.
things like that. But yeah, there's not going to be any contact, because that would be football-related activity
Yes.
until the end of September. Like, that's been the hard and fast.
Okay.
Doctor said no football activity until 9 months after surgery.
Gotcha.
And that would be the end of September.
Okay.
So
All right.
he's, probably been doing some individual stuff and
Yeah.
whatever to ramp up for that date. But we're still, 6-7 weeks away from that.
While Parsons has resumed straight line running, he noted that he still needs to clear hurdles such as changing direction.
Yeah, so he hasn't done that yet.
There you go.
Okay.
I knew I'd
Still
find
a
it
lot
if you
of
guys
time.
Next
vamped
step.
long enough.
Yeah.
Still a lot of time before he gets to that point.
Take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Roll on. After this, you've heard me talk about Good Health saunas for years. And it all started at the Wisconsin State Fair, which, by the way, kicks off this week. So if you've been in the market, maybe you're just curious, why does Jen Latta talk about her Good Health sauna all the time? Now's your chance to go and see one live and in person. They'll be at the Wisconsin State Fair Expo Center August 6th through the 16th. Go to the display, walk around, go inside, see how it feels. See if it's something that would improve your quality of life the way it improved my quality of life, from my sleep to my recovery, my hair, my skin, all of those things. You can see why I've been talking about Good Health Sauna for years this week and next week at the Wisconsin State Fair at the Expo Center. And tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
We've got delays southbound on 43 now, cropping up right past Good Hope Road towards Bender. Southbound 41's tightening up just before Hampton down past Capitol Drive. Northbound side's backed up from Capitol up to Hampton. Westbound 94, you're seeing delays from our usual 35th Street to Hawley Road. Eastbound slowing down from 70th to 35th. And northbound on 4394. Got a little bit of a backup between Howard Avenue and Oklahoma Avenue. Traffic is brought to you by Sewer Ninjas. Just like we help you avoid traffic backups, Sewer Ninjas helps homeowners avoid sewer backups with camera inspections, drain cleaning, and trenchless repairs. Learn more at sewerninjas.com. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast today, we'll see some rounds of rain, otherwise mostly cloudy. Up to 2 inches of accumulation are possible, though, with a high of 74. Tonight, rain tapers off, mostly cloudy skies with a low of 68. Weather's brought to you by Good Health Saunas. Get your in-home infrared sauna today. Learn more at goodhealthsaunas.com and visit them at the Wisconsin State Fair Expo Center August 6th through August 16th. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Between all the sports talk on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, I want to share something personal with you. When you hear the words estate planning, I know it's easy to think of something that is for later in life. But if you own a home, you have kids, or you simply want to protect the people you love, it is worth having a plan now. That's why I worked with Kirsten Hildebrand and her team at Hildebrand Law Firm. They answered all of my questions and created an estate plan that fit my family's needs. Visit hildebrandlawfirm.net to request your consultation today, or call and tell them Jen from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy sent you.
I'm with Eric, Director of Research for Good Karma Brands. They have business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Eric, what does partner mean to you?
Partner isn't just out for them. The partner cares about how we solve our problems, and it can be a mutually beneficial relationship from there on.
And I understand throughout the more than 15-year partnership between Good Karma Brands and James Imaging Systems, you have shared many core values.
Absolutely. Work hard, be honest, over-deliver, follow through, listen, teamwork.
Eric, summarize your overall business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems for me.
Outstanding. As we've grown tremendously and you guys have still been able to meet our needs each step of our growth, that's huge.
AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Kevin Moret for Mentality. For our guys wanting to lean up and preserve their muscle mass, nothing is more powerful than combining testosterone therapy with GLP-1s. The TRT builds muscle and fuels metabolism, while GLP-1s target fat stores of the body. Clients currently combining these two revolutionary treatments look better than they have in years. This treatment isn't for everyone, only the guys that want next-level results. Start today at lowtusa.com. That's lowtusa.com.
You already know that Kessler's is the world's largest employee-owned group of jewelry stores.
We were recently told that Kessler's is the fastest growing group of jewelry stores in America.
Well, it just goes to show you.
Show you what?
That people like to feel good.
What do you mean?
Rick, you know how many people will drop by and look in the showcases and have some coffee and chat with their sales associates?
Yes.
That doesn't happen at other stores.
Really?
People come to Kessler's because it brightens their day.
It makes them feel good.
It certainly makes me feel good.
Tell me why.
Well, everyone's always in a good mood. And everything is clean and sparkling and romantic and happy.
It feels like sunshine and rainbows, doesn't it?
Sarah, that's exactly what it feels like.
When you're having a gray day, come to Kessler's.
Have some coffee and let us clean your jewelry.
Our jewelry cleaning equipment is completely different than what you have at home.
And we're delighted to do it for free, of course.
Welcome to Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Thesaurus
What's a click below dumb?
You. No.
That's fine. No, that's what I was getting
Good
at.
pop. Good pop.
I know.
Unnecessary.
I'm not dumb. I'm one click below dumb. We need to find out what that word is.
Don't you want to be one click above dumb?
Oh, that's right. I'm one click above.
On 94.5 ESPN.
LowTUSA.com. That's LowTUSA.com, the place where you need to go to connect with my friends at Mentality Health. They have helped me for years. They can help you as well because they check total and free testosterone. The free number is one that a lot of doctors can overlook, but Mentality does not. They want to make sure your levels are exactly where they need to be. That's what I enjoy about working with Mentality. It's not one size fits all. It's not here's your stuff, best of luck to you. No, you keep checking in with them. They want to make sure, because they work with real medicine, that you are right where you need to be. And what they've also learned over the years is you can't rely on testosterone alone anymore. To run at full capacity, your body needs peptide therapy on top of your testosterone replacement therapy. So if you're tired, groggy, just don't feel like yourself, those are all signs of low testosterone. Go to lowtusa.com today to see if Mentality can help you. lowtusa.com.
Big news around the NFL as Zay Flowers gets a very big deal with the Ravens. And I bring this up because it's a 4-year, $140 million extension. A lot of people saying, whoa, those are eye-popping numbers that I think put him among the top 5-ish of wide receivers currently.
He's getting paid as much as Justin Jefferson.
There it
Is
is.
he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
And I like Zay Flowers.
Yeah.
I don't like him that much.
No.
Maybe only the Ravens do. I bring it up because I saw someone on social media say that the Packers are getting Jaden Reed and Christian Watson combined for less than that, which you could argue is a deal unless you believe that the Ravens have overpaid for Zay Flowers. That remains to be seen. That will play itself out. My son was in the car with me the other day. He's been doing like 700 mock drafts. He's right in line with you, Josh. He said he's up over 100 at this point. And he asked me who I thought was going to get the most targets for the Green Bay Packers should he choose to draft a Green Bay Packers wide receiver. I was like, I don't know. Do you guys have any idea of how those balls are going to be distributed, how they're going to be divided amongst now who we believe are more defined roles in the wide receiver core?
Probably Watson, I would
Well,
say.
I mean, if we're only talking wide receivers, that's harder. I don't know how draftable any of those guys are. I mean, Tucker's the guy. Tucker Kraft's the guy I think is going to be the most consistent in terms of, I think the other guys will pop here, they'll pop there.
Yeah, I don't know. It just depends how much attention, where they want to focus their attention to, because a lot of times that'll dictate. I mean, if they're going to, it just depends what they're going to do with Kraft. Are they going to bump him off the ball, play him over the top? Are they going to play predominantly zone? I mean, your Z typically gets the most targets in an offense, followed by, tight end and X, depending on how well both of them are playing. But my experience is your Z is always going to get your targets. So
if what we know from last year and the amount of targets Romeo Doubs got, and now we're just filling in Matthew Golden into that spot, is that not indicative of him seeing a lot of targets just because of the way they run the offense and the function?
It depends if he takes the next step, which we all think he's going to.
Right.
But obviously retention was a little bit of a problem for him last year.
I think what's going on, and I actually ironically just tweeted about this not long ago, I think the change in the offense, I think Matt LaFleur's focus on running more plays, I think the condensing of the offense instead of having so many guys getting so many targets and it sort of being flat, I think everyone sort of underrated what it's going to look like. Now, do I trust Matt LaFleur is going to consistently have better pace and not be throwing the ball to Bull Melton? I don't. Do I think in aggregate it's going to be an improvement and the offense is going to be faster paced and throwing the ball more? I do. So I think those guys are probably going to be pretty if I were to pick the odd man out in the wide receiver room, it's probably Jane Reed. Just because I don't know if he's going to ever be a full-time player. I think between Matthew Golden and Christian Watson, it's probably going to be pretty flat, and then it's going to be who scores more touchdowns.
Yeah, but they have to find a second tight end because that's going to limit how many times they're going to go 2 tight ends. If Musgrave's career's over with, which we heard there's a possibility.
Could be, might not be, who knows?
Who's your second tight end, and how much do you trust him?
Well, not really at all.
That's what I'm saying.
Which would leave me to believe
so Reed might be on the field a hell of a lot more because there might be a lot of apprehension to run 2 tight end sets.
Was
because
Zach
they just don't
Ertz
have a
the
guy.
name that I started to see percolating on social media? Thank you, Joshy. Somebody saying that the Packers have at times been interested in Zach Ertz. Now, he is, to go back to what Chewy said earlier in the show, old.
He's an old.
For football.
How old is he? He's 36. That's old. Okay.
You just guessing?
Yes.
35. Turns 36 in November.
Yeah.
Isn't he coming off a massive injury?
Yep.
Yet again, too, I believe, for him. It's not like
Was it the ACL or was it a different one?
I can't imagine.
No, that's...
I'd be a third old this offseason for Goody. I can't
Yeah.
imagine. Especially one coming off of an injury like that. That doesn't seem...
Well, again, it depends on a number of things. It depends on how often Matt LaFleur wants to have that 2 tight end package on the field. It also depends, and this is what I told Chase when we were talking about fantasy football and drafting Green Bay Packers, how much are they going to run the ball? We've talked about this exhaustively when it comes to Matt LaFleur's run-pass ratio in his seasons. And, now we think that it's time for them to unleash Jordan Love and be passing the ball more than running it. How much does that cut into some of these numbers for Christian Watson et al? I guess my gut, and this is what I told him, I said, look, I think Tucker Kraft is going to be the primary target for this offense, assuming he can stay healthy, which we are all hopeful for. But I said, but then Christian Watson would be, and if no other reason, then he's got that big play breakout every single time possibility. And that's where I would hitch my wagon if I had to. I would not draft a Green Bay Packers wide receiver until I see proof of concept. But to answer the question, that's who I think it'll be.
I mean, there's a chance that Golden has more targets slightly and Watson's more productive because of those big plays. Because he has that over-the-top ability. It's
both
tough.
do.
Yeah, but Christian's
He's
got
a bigger guy.
Yeah, he's the bigger guy. He's the deep play guy.
The thing you need to determine is Christian Watson going to blossom into a true target earner, not just a guy who's a feature of the offense and it comes to him when it makes sense, or is that going to be a Matthew Golden thing? Is he going to grow into one of those guys? Right now, we aren't clear if these guys are just functions of offense they're talented, but they're not true guys where, like, Tucker Kraft became you have to throw me the ball. You have no options. I'm one of the best options out there. Is one of them going to become that? Or is it going to stay pretty flat where it's like, yeah, these guys are all pretty good?
And how much do we think he's going to be eased back in, Tucker?
I don't think so much at all.
So you think he's just playing 90% right away?
No, not that. I'm saying I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to use him, and they're going to, when he's on the field, they're going to use him to throw him the ball.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying from a pure snap count
for
Tucker Kraft early as, because, it's great that he's doing individual things right now, but he still hasn't been cleared for contact. And, I know training camp Chew isn't what it used to be, but I would think he'd want a little bit more run-up before he's playing his full complement of snaps. Because he's somebody who plays 90% of the snaps each and every game.
I just don't know who goes to Z because these guys all get hurt. Who goes to Z if Watson goes down? Because your Z always goes to strength. Now, you can do whatever. You can motion the
Sky
tight
Moore,
end back
who they have
to X.
Behind Savion Williams?
And
it's
set
Savion
it that
or Bo.
way. Savion or who?
Or Bo.
Well, I could tell you the answer. It's Bo.
That's your starting Z?
No, they probably...
I just think that he thinks that Matt LaFleur likes Bo Melton as
defaults
by
to
him being on the roster year in and year out.
Yeah, he is the break glass in case of emergency guy. But I think what they do is then they start alternating Savion and Matthew Golden there, and they sort of distribute those routes, and we see more
because
Bo Melton than we want.
Free started at X.
Uh-huh.
Usually start at X when you're young, and then they move you to Z. Because you could become a better route runner
as you go.
And my guess is that's what they're doing with Golden until he gets his hands around the system. So, we'll just have to wait and see.
Take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Roll on right after this. Stick around.
Women's college volleyball is back. All starts at Fiserv Forum with the AVCA First Serve later this month. Don't miss opening night, Friday, August 21st, featuring defending national champion Texas A&M and Louisville, followed by Wisconsin and Kentucky. Get your tickets at FiservForum.com or be caller 5 right now and win 2 lower-level tickets to watch the Badgers on Friday, August 21st. The nation's best women's volleyball teams are coming to Milwaukee. Call 800-990-3776. Caller 5, 800-990-3776. Caller 5 wins tickets to the opening night of AVCA First Serve later this month at Fiserv Forum.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yingling Legends Line. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yingling Legends Line.
Brian Braun, I appreciate you joining us here on Kyle and Brust.
But we just wanted to have fun. You know, baseball's a game of failure and adversity. It's such a long season. You want to find ways to enjoy the success when you have good moments.
The Yingling Legends Line. Crack open a Yingling lager and raise a toast to an American tradition. D.G. Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Some companies build projects. At Professional Construction, Inc., we build relationships.
That means showing up early, taking pride in the details, and having each other's backs, on and off the job site.
We're looking for skilled carpenters who really care about their craft and want to be part of a team.
Not just another paycheck, but a place where the people you work with actually matter.
If you work hard, take pride in what you build, and want to join a tight-knit crew, then we'd love to meet you.
Apply today at professionalconstructioninc.com.
This summer, escape to Lakeland Resort, where lake life meets resort luxury. Nestled along the shores of beautiful Delavan Lake, Lakeland is the perfect destination for a weekend getaway, family vacation, or even a few days to simply unplug and recharge. Enjoy boating and water sports, lakeside golf at Majestic Oaks, relaxing spa treatments, exceptional dining, and breathtaking sunsets along 2 miles of shoreline. Whether you're looking for adventure on the water or a quiet lakeside retreat, the perfect Wisconsin summer is waiting at Lakeland Resort. Visit lakelandresort.com to book your stay today.
We've all walked through the Expo Center at the Wisconsin State Fair, seen something and thought, now that would be nice to have. Hey, it's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, and that's exactly what happened to me when I found Good Health Saunas just a few years ago. Buying my infrared sauna was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I sleep better, have more energy, recover faster, and with how much I travel, the detox benefits are huge. Visit Good Health Saunas inside the Expo Center at the Wisconsin State Fair August 6th through the 16th, or learn more at goodhealthsaunas.com.
When your joints hurt every day and you've been told you need surgery, do your homework. Remember, once a joint is replaced, there's no going back. Hey, it's Ben Brust, and before you schedule surgery, consider getting a second opinion from QC Kinetics. Whether you're dealing with pain from bone-on-bone arthritis or years of wear and tear, surgery isn't the only conversation you should have. Talk to Dr. Caravelli and her team at QC Kinetics about how they use regenerative treatments to deliver relief to patients like you in Greenfield and Mequon. You'll start with a medical evaluation reviewing your history, any imaging, and actual source of your pain. If you're a good candidate, they'll concentrate tiny healing tools within your body right in the spot that's actually causing the pain. The whole idea is to give you a real shot at holding off on surgery, or in some cases, avoiding it altogether. Call QC Kinetics today for a second opinion and know your options. The conversation and consultation are totally free. QC Kinetics. Call 414-240-2298. 414-240-2298. That's 414-240-2298.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Just doing some roofing on another lovely Wisconsin day. No gimmicks, no shortcuts, it's just roofing done the old-fashioned way. Do you need shingles? Well, let's mingle, for a Wisconsin tradition never dwindles. So raise a glass, shake a hand for this old-fashioned brand. Whoop, that's old-fashioned roofing.
It's Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Josh said it's garbage.
I'm so glad that Josh is getting a front row seat.
He said it's garbage. It doesn't work.
Chewy,
am I right or wrong?
We call that a setup in the biz.
On 94.5 ESPN.
We put it on the Infinity Exteriors Twitter poll. Is it time to bench Christian Yelich? 67% of people responding on the ESPN Wisconsin YouTube stream said yes, it is time. Although I did see some pushback from one of our loyal listeners, and I can't find the comment now, but it said, I am surprised that you guys have gone in on Christian Yelich but not mentioned Churio's struggles. Has Churios been struggling? I mean, last night he had
3
a
hits
huge
last night.
game.
I mean, Jackson had been struggling, but his struggles were over the last month. He was hitting 244.
Big difference.
Between that and 191.
Yeah.
Right? So he was, it hadn't been great, but, I mean, his overall numbers are still now. He's hitting 280 after his 3-hit game last night. He's got 14 homers, and he missed a month.
Brewers back in action tonight against the Pirates. It is Harrison making his return to AmFam Field versus Paul Skeens. Wilde and Tausch is next on ESPN Milwaukee.
Southbound 41, you are seeing delays from Appleton Avenue down to Capitol Drive. On the northbound side, we've got delays from Capitol up past Hampton. There's also a broken down vehicle on southbound 41 at Capitol as well. It is out of traffic, though. We've got westbound 94 backing up from about 35th Street to Hawley Road. Eastbound slowing from just before Hawley Road to 35th. And then just a little bit of a backup right past Oklahoma Avenue on 4394 northbound. Feel the speed at the legendary Milwaukee Mile. The only IndyCar doubleheader of the season roars into Wisconsin State Fair Park August 28th through the 30th. Get your tickets now at wistatefair.com. And checking the TMJ for Storm Team forecast today, we'll see some rounds of rain, otherwise mostly cloudy. Up to 2 inches of accumulation are possible, though, with a high of 74. Tonight, rain tapers off, mostly cloudy skies with a low of 68. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
I'm with Eric, Director of Research for Good Karma Brands. They have business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Eric, what does partner mean to you?
Partner isn't just out for them. The partner cares about how we solve our problems, and it can be a mutually beneficial relationship from there on.
And I understand throughout the more than 15-year partnership between Good Karma Brands and James Imaging Systems, you have shared many core values.
Absolutely. Work hard, be honest, over-deliver, follow through, listen, teamwork.
Eric, summarize your overall business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems for me.
Outstanding. As we've grown tremendously and you guys have still been able to meet our needs each step of our growth, that's huge.
AI